The one thing that people always come back to old school RuneScape for is what? The nostalgia, right? The thing about RuneScape, and old school RuneScape specifically, is that it never truly has changed form since its release back in 2007. One of the things people love so much about the game is that sense of nostalgia. They know it's a safe game, it's a safe bet that it's going to be what they grew up with in middle school, grade school, what have you. It's what they know, it's what they love, it's what we gamers as a whole want. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's all good. There are some things that old school RuneScape has not been able to get rid of or change, similar to its, its meta style. And that's botting. There's always been a major problem with botting in old school RuneScape, such as this flax field. It's not as popular anymore as it's, been essentially back in the day. There was a bot busting event that got rid of a lot of the problem, but there's still some botting issues. There's still some people. The botting issue as a whole has been greatly reduced in the years since old school RuneScape's first release. However, it's still prevalent, it's still there in the community, and there's, unfortunately, Jagex is doing what it can. Now, with the previous mention of old school RuneScape coming to console, or, a bigger platform, such as maybe on, Steam or something, this is going to be even bigger. For example, with the Twitch Prime, every so often Twitch will have a benefit, or not a benefit, but like a, hey, you can get a free month or a free week of old school RuneScape membership. That does nothing but bring in the bots, bro. That brings them in. So what can Jagex really do here? How can they solve this botting issue? And is there anything that we, the players, can do to help save the game that we grew up with? The game that we know and love so well? How can we tackle this botting problem as a whole? I've got good news for you, my friends. Jagex has already taken major steps to work on this. There's some things that we can't control in old school RuneScape, but there are some things that we can. And that's with this nice old handy report button. Let's get into the video. Boys and girls, welcome to old school RuneScape. Let's talk about botting, and let's talk about how Jagex is already taking steps to just kind of remedy as much of this problem as they can, and what we as players can do to help. Let's get juicy. Alright, boys and girls, thanks for bearing with the cringe intro there. I'm trying to get a little bit better with that handheld free camera mode. If you don't know, for those of you that don't, I just actually found this out myself. You can, apparently there's like I can't remember what it's called, like an Oculus Orb or something like that Jagex has actually given out to content creators and Twitch streamers that will like allow them to freely move the camera. I always wondered how they did that, like in some videos, like when they're doing like an introduction or something, they'll have like the camera free flowing and there's nothing there, and I'm like, how are they getting these dope shots? How are they doing this? Well, apparently there's this thing called the hold on, if I go here real quick, there's this thing called the, wait, can you not see the, you guys can you not see the screen? Hold on, why does this happen every time? I'm just the worst, bro. Anyway, this is what I was talking about. There's this thing called an Oculus Orb, which allows you to have control over the camera, but it's only Jagex is only giving it to certain moderators and content creators for that sole purpose of streaming and video creation. Because apparently, it has to be given in game. Like a Jagex moderator has to hand deliver it to you, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, apparently it's like actually had some things that were kind of broken. It allowed you to like see things that you weren't supposed to see, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. But for those of you that don't know, because like I said, I just found this out and I obviously don't have that because Jagex doesn't know who I am, but they will, bro. They freaking will. If you just type in render self, boom, you disappear. And I don't think that's a RuneLite thing. I believe that's just a client thing, because Well, it could be a RuneLite thing, but that's how I was doing that. Obviously, you could probably tell because, well, it's very obvious. Oh, hey, our Sears Village rooftop course count is now 4. I'm just doing some mindless agility in the background while I talk about today's video because, well, I need the agility gains. Botting in old school RuneScape, bro, it's a freaking problem, and if you're botting, I want to fight you in real life. Unless you're big, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm gonna be big eventually. So you know, I'll fight you when I get a little bit. I've been kind of in a little fat phase. I've been a little down because I've been so busy, and you know, I'm in a little bit of a chubby phase. But don't worry, I'll get back. Anyway, don't bot. Let me just state that right now. If you're botting, you're garbage. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody, without a doubt, that has played RuneScape can say they have botted at least once. And if you say you haven't botted, you're a filthy liar. You've at least tried it, bro. You've at least, you know, back in the day, especially back in 2007, when RuneScape was hot and fresh and nasty, you would see advertisements for like those auto clickers. Like it wasn't even like a full bot program. Like they used to be so simple back then, you know, like when they had like auto mouse keys and auto spam clickers. So what you would do is you would just, and not that I would know about this, so don't, you just keep it on the hush hush. Okay? I'm looking at you, Joseph. You would you'd come over here, right, and you get your auto clicker, and it would like click every so often, like every couple of seconds, every couple of milliseconds, however you'd want to do it. You'd set it up, and you would like just set your mouse over, let's just say Camelot teleport, and it would just sit there and teleport you to Camelot, and you'd get magic experience that way. That's how it used to be, like way back in the Disney, bro. Like way back, before there was ever a client, ever a botting thing, anything. And I'm sure you can say, it's a safe place, dude. Don't worry. I won't report you to Jagex, okay? But I know you've botted. I know you've at least tried it. The allure is too sweet. Hell, I could almost go as far to say is that everyone has had an account that has been at least temporarily banned for botting. The allure is too sweet, right? It's too good to be true. You get promised all of this. Oh, you won't get banned 100%, and it's so funny because Jagex even like throws their weight around. And they're like, yeah, you idiots fell for the 100% bot detection fail. Are you an idiot? Our servers are run by freaking NASA, bro. You think we can't conduct a little? And it's funny because a lot of, so this is gonna get into the meat of the video here. A lot of these bot, you know, a lot of the bot plugins that have been made are from previous Jagex employees or someone that used to work with them. For example, what was the one that just got shut down not too long ago? There's a couple that just happened, but I think it was like Epic Bot or something like that. It was a pretty well-known one. I want to, or oh, that's what it was, bro. It was OS Buddy, because it used to be, and I know this from, I'm not gonna say how, some sort of experience. There was a botting client called RS Buddy, and it was the kitty's titties, bro. It was like, it had a whole backed community. It had everything going for it. But then, the Jagex sent like a ceasefire. I don't even think it was a ceasefire. I think Jagex was just like, hey, you need to shut this ish down, or we're coming for your nutsacks. So they're like, oh, say less. What we'll do is we'll take our botting client, RS Buddy, one of the most informative and well-designed and probably the best there ever will have been botting clients. We'll take that and we'll turn it, we'll work for you, Jagex. We'll work for you, bro. There's no need for a lawsuit. There's no need to get up a lawyer. Pfft, lawyers, who needs them? We're working for you, bro. We got the client. We did all the hard work. It's yours, my man. So the developer made OS Buddy, which is now, it was at the time the most popular like third-party client. And then RuneLite came in and shoved its giant Armadillo God Sword down its throat, you know what I'm saying? And here we are today using RuneLite and not OS Buddy because... And then they went even as far as to, like, they took it a little too far with their client, like a couple months ago, maybe a while ago before that even, where they were adding, like, one-click blackjacking and all this other, like, super obvious botting stuff, and now just nobody uses OS Buddy anymore. Everyone just uses RuneLite. But even RuneLite's a little skeptical. So I used to be like, I was one of the last people to ever transfer over to using a third-party client. I know pretty much everyone uses RuneLite now, but I used the OG client so often. Like, I just never even, like, I was so afraid of getting banned for using a potential botting client. I just didn't even want to risk it, bro. So here we are today. Well, I say today, it was a couple days ago now, but RSBot and PowerBot is officially getting shut down. Now, if you don't know, those were two of these have been botting sites that have been around since the dawn of freaking RuneScape, bro. I promise you, like, these two botting sites right here is like one of the roots of the main problem. These are sites that have just never been able to go away. Jagex has done so much to try to, you know, make sure that they go away. But as it says right here, they are pleased to inform you, following legal proceedings, these two mega companies for bots will be shut down by midnight. This was a couple days ago now. They take a zero-tolerance approach, obviously, both in and out of game. Apparently, oh yeah, from the removal of the Arceus and Bolga gold selling sites. I forgot about that. Real-world trading is also a very big thing, but, you know, that's kind of, as much as I hate to say it, that doesn't affect, I mean, it affects the economy, obviously, but botting is like, because someone is still earning that gold, regardless of if it's botted or not, which it probably is, let's be honest. You know, you have like the Lithuanian, I don't even know if it's a company, you know, that they like they make RuneScape gold for a living. So someone is trading. I don't know how they'll ever really tackle the real world trading problem. That's gonna be tough, especially if it's like between buddies. But botting is a real problem, and they can deal with that by getting these things shut down. Obviously, it's been not that easy because there's, you know, legal things they have to do. We know, it says right here, they've been fighting bots for as long as the game has been around. Apparently, that was the reason for the removal of the wilderness. I didn't actually know that. I remember the wilderness getting removed and it being a big deal, but I didn't remember why, because I don't think I was playing at the time. I think I was, you know, doing other things, like, you know, playing other games, probably. I wanted to make it sound like I had, like, a bunch of plans, but I didn't. Let's be honest, I didn't. So that's pretty crazy. That must have been a big scene. I really don't know. And then bonds. So see, that was a big thing that helped with. And then the bot nuke day. That was what I was talking about earlier. Where because like the flax field, that was a huge thing that was botted. They would just sit there and pick flax all day. Then that crashed. They would hold like bot busting events where they would just roll up with like a bunch of player moderators and just throw that ban hammer around, man. Just swanging it. Just swanging the ban hammer. But this is huge news. This is a good step in the right direction. Jagex has gotten two of the major companies that produced botting scripts. See, that's the thing, is they're just so easy to make anymore. And, you know, not that the game is easy to, you know, code or, you know, do stuff to, manipulate it, I suppose. But, you know, your every Joe Schmo hacker / code writer, scripter, debugger can whip that up. You know, it's a fairly easy thing in concept to do. Not saying I could just do it, obviously I can't, but you know, some people that are much smarter than me, it's like no big deal. So how are they ever going to really get rid of all of the botting problems? Well, that's going to start with you hitting this big shiny red report button, boom, exploiting a bug, or solicitation. Wait, are there RuneScape hookers? Alright, but in all seriousness, super huge props to Jagex for getting this done. I mean, it's great. It's a good step in the right direction. Apparently, they have more stuff in the works, but they just can't tell us about it. A lot of our work simply must go on in the shadows, apparently. I'm assuming because, you know, they can't let in on their plans, or else, you know, the botting companies will pick up on what they're doing. But they're always going to be here. On the rare occasion when they can share their work with us, like for this, for instance, they give us the good news. So, awesome. Hopefully this can keep up and we can, you know, one day I have a dream that we will live in a world of old school RuneScape. Well, there will be no botting. Botting will cease to exist. People will be clicking with their mouses on their own accord, and nobody will have an unfair advantage Don't even get me started on services. People are offering, I got the whole separate video. Do my Inferno cape. I'll pay you real world money. Play the game for me. Yeah, video over. Don't be a dummy. Alright, boys and girls, well, thanks for watching. Just wanted to share the good news, spread the word that Jagex has taken a step to thwarting botting, and maybe one day we will live in an age where botting will no longer be a threat to the old school RuneScape community, and we can thrive on in peace. Boys and girls, I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this one, for all the support. Please leave me a like, subscribe if you want, support my dream. Let me know that you guys are liking the videos I'm putting out there. Let me know what you want to see. Is there a topic you want me to cover? Is there some content you want me to talk about? Let me know. The Hardcore Iron Man video is almost done. I'm going to be editing it soon. Expect it soon. Maybe even came out before this video. I don't freaking know, bro. But what I do know is I'll see you guys very soon.